to press record just so that way if anybody isn't able to join tonight, I can post a recording and I'll send to your uplines to post as well, because I know there are lots of people who wanted to be able to be on tonight. So, all right, well, before I get started, let me kind of introduce myself. First of all, welcome to the Muscle Burns Fat kind of pop-up training. We typically have our team calls on Monday nights. And so I was chatting with a few of my friends and they're like, can you speak on my team call? Can you speak on mine? I'm like, why don't we just make this one big happy team call? The really cool thing is that we all work under the same banner of, whether you're faith over fear, fit and fearless, Fit for His Glory Sisters, Team Iron. I mean, at the end of the day, what's all of our goal is to point women to Jesus, period. And we do that through fitness. God has given us this amazing platform to be able to do that. And so I'm excited to be able to speak to you guys tonight, just knowing that we're all, even though we're on different teams, we are all like linked. And the most important thing is that we're sisters in Christ first. And so I'm excited just to speak to y'all tonight. So for those of you who don't know me, you're on this call, you're like, who is this chick? My name is Caroline Foster. I am a wife of 7 years, a mom to 2 little ones. So I have a 3.5-year-old, don't add any more time on her life, and a 9-month-old little boy. So we live right outside of Nashville, Tennessee. This is where I was born and raised. It became a popular place for everyone to live. And so we live right outside of Nashville. I have been a coach for 6.5 years now. Just a quick background on my story. I worked in corporate America for 10 years after I graduated from college. And am I going back? Sorry, there we go. Okay. So I worked for 10 years in corporate America. I worked for Red Bull Energy Drink. So I managed all of their collegiate marketing in Middle and East Tennessee. And in February, I went full-time with coaching, which I'm going to mute everybody really quick because I hear getting some echoing. All right, sorry guys. If you're on and you can just mute yourself, that would be amazing. Okay. So in February, I went full-time into coaching. I started this business because I wanted to be home with my kids. That didn't happen as quickly as I hoped. And God has really built my business super slow. I mean, I'm 7 years in and, I just left my corporate job, or 6.5 years and just left my corporate job. For some people that happens in 3 years. That's amazing. That wasn't my story. My story was slow and steady wins the race. So it's been a snail's pace, but I wouldn't trade that because it's been solid and it's been firm and it's been God's way over my way. And so 6.5 years in, and just left my corporate job. So now I'm doing coaching full time, and it's been incredible. So quick background story on Muscle Burns Fat and how I ended up in the test group. So I was last year for the first time ever. My team was an elite team. So we hit elite last year. And so obviously 6.5 years in, I totally missed out on the whole success starters. You get to be in a test group thing, but it was definitely something that was on my bucket list. I'd always wanted to be in a test group, but I kind of thought well, that's never going to happen because now you have to be a success starter to be in it. So, long gone from that point. Sorry guys, I am just trying to mute everyone here. Okay. I think I fixed it. So it should mute everyone as they hop on. So I thought that's never going to happen. Here I am, 6.5 years into the business. They're not even doing elite coaches or anything like that in test groups anymore. So I get a call. I guess it was it was the Monday before the test group started. Or maybe even the Wednesday actually. And it started on Monday. I get a call from my corporate mentor, Kyle, and he's like, I actually missed this call, and he sent me a Facebook message like, can you call me back? And I was like, whoops. So I call him back. Obviously, it was an important call. And he was like, hey, what do you think about being in the test group for Muscle Burns Fat? And I was like, is that even a question? Yes, sign me up. So apparently they had decided just to pull in a few elite coaches into the test group. And so honestly, I laughed to Brian. I was like, they probably saw me working out on Instagram stories and was like, this girl needs a little kick in the booty, because I was stuck. Here I am. I just told you guys I have a 9-month-old So I was about 7 months postpartum when I got the call. And I, for 3.5 months, hadn't lost a pound, like literally a pound. I was stuck and I was frustrated, to be honest with you. With my daughter, 9 months postpartum, I lost all the baby weight. I was back, feeling great, feeling super lean. That wasn't my story this time. And I'm exclusively nursing. And so I was at peace with it. I was like, it's not coming off as quickly, and that's okay. But obviously I was a little frustrated. So anyways, I joke with my husband. I'm like, they probably saw my video and were like, hey, Caroline needs a little motivation. So let me give you guys a little bit. So that's a little bit about me. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of kind of the details on the program. And then we're going to kind of dive into my testimony of muscle burns fat. And then also, because I know some of you guys want to know what the plan for the call is, I'm then going to jump into kind of 3 or 4 things, that I want to kind of hit on tonight in regards to muscle burns fat, and just 4 tips I have for you guys. And then we're going to talk quickly just about some tools. And then I'm going to try to finish all this up by 8:40. So we have 20 minutes of Q&A, because I know that that's where a lot of times the golden nuggets come out of. And you guys are probably going to have a lot of questions. So make sure that if you have a question, go ahead and just write it down. And then when we get to about 8:40, you guys can pop your questions in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself or something and let me know your questions. So real quick overview. Just because I know there are coaches who are all over the board. Some of you may have heard about muscle burns fat 15 million times and you're sick of hearing about it. And some of you may be brand new to what is muscle burns fat? So let me just give you guys a little quick background, because obviously I've been here for a while. When I started out with Beachbody, we still had DVDs, okay? So we still had DVDs. Every time you wanted to do a brand new program, you had to get online and you had to buy the new DVD set. I literally have baskets full of DVDs at my parents' house from when I was using their workout room and doing the programs. But every time I wanted to buy a new program, I had to invest $60, $70, $80 into a brand new program. Beachbody On Demand comes out, right? And we have access to every single program. So now, as new programs have come out, Beachbody has done this really amazing thing where they basically make it an early access for you to unlock it. Obviously, we all know that muscle burns fat is going to be available to everyone in December. So if someone wants to stick it out and wait till December to do the program, they can. It's going to be available to everyone who has a Beachbody On Demand subscription. But if they want to be a part of this test group experience where they get the accountability and the support and the encouragement from an amazing coach and an amazing challenge group and, all of that, then they're going to have to do it now, and they're going to have to unlock it so that they can do the program with you. 2 reasons that they decided to do that. Number 1, they wanted to help generate volume for the coaches. Obviously, when we went from DVDs to Beachbody On Demand for a year, coaches lost out on a lot of income. Because they were making commission off of every time they sold DVDs. And then, you switch over to a subscription service and all of a sudden cool, $2 a month, or whatever, the subscription is $15 a month. So basically then they transition to these digital unlocks. And so for you as the coach to build to run a test group. So a little background on this program specifically, and I know I'm sharing a lot of details, and some of you are like, okay, Caroline, we didn't need to know all that. But for brand new coaches who are like, I'm trying to understand the purpose of these digital unlocks, why do we have to pay for them early? It's because Beachbody has basically sped up the process. Megan was literally recording these workouts 2 weeks ago. So they're having to bring in staff. They're having to have videographers stay up and edit these workouts overnight to try to get them out to you guys. So the reason when people pay the $50 to unlock it early, that's helping pay for things to kind of be sped up. And then obviously for you as a coach to make residual income from running these test groups. So that is the purpose of the early unlock. So a little bit about this program. So Megan Davies, she has a really cool story. She actually came from a family that was overweight and obese. She ended up getting into fitness competitions. I think it was 15 or 16 years old. She shared a lot of her story this morning on the National Wake Up Call, so you can go there to listen to all the details. She owns her own gym down in, I believe it's Fort Lauderdale or in that area. Her parents own that together. They kind of all own it together. She became a Beachbody coach after being on the kind of reality show that Beachbody On Demand had called The 20s. And it was all about finding the next Beachbody super trainer. So Carl brought in a bunch of different fitness trainers from around the country, and Megan was one of them. She won the show, and she launched her first program called Clean Week. Clean Week is basically a free 5-day program for people to get to try all the different programs from Beachbody On Demand. So Megan hasn't come out with a program of her own since then. But this is her first big program. So one of the things that I really love about Megan is that she's super genuine and really down to earth. Unlike some of our other super trainers who came from really like kind of glamorous fitness jobs before, Megan has really had to hustle her way like to where she is right now. And I feel like you feel that in the program. You feel that in her live videos. You feel that when you're like going through a test group with her. Like, it was an incredible experience. Like, she poured so much of her heart and soul into this program and just answering questions and like wanting people to get results, and not crazy results that were unrealistic, but like real results from this program. And so I love her heart and just how genuine she is, because I feel like she kind of came into this program just excited to help people. And I think that's important to kind of know about her. So she created this program. So a little bit about the program. The thing I love about it, one of the things I love about it is that every single day is different. So Monday, you're going to be doing legs. But let me be clear, it is a calorie burner. I think it's probably one of the hardest workouts of the program. So if you purchase the program tomorrow and you start with Monday, just know if you're not able to walk, not every day is that brutal, but it's pretty brutal. So that's what Mondays look like. Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be cardio core days. Another one of the things that I love about this program, my husband will tell you this too. He did the test group with me. Well, he wasn't in the test group, but he did all the workouts with me. He had a 6-pack after this. He hasn't had a 6-pack since like probably college. And I mean, obviously we're both doing the Ultimate Portion Fix as well, which nutrition makes a huge, difference in the results you're going to get. But I loved how core was just integrated into this program. We've seen it integrated in other programs too, like 10 rounds and things like that, or core day force. But I loved that this program, like, you're laying on the ground in the middle of the program and it's part of it. And then you're hopping back up and you're doing cardio. And so you're burning a lot of calories, but you're also not at the point where you're exhausted when you're doing your core work. Because a lot of times programs leave it till the very end and you're exhausted. Let's be real, you're half doing it by the end of it, right? Like, you're kind of just like, let me get this done. So with this program, I love that there's 2 days that are really focused on core, and you're able to really give your best in it. On Wednesdays, you're going to be doing upper body day. It's just kind of a typical upper body workout, to be honest with you. It's not anything crazy. And then Fridays are going to be, let's see, now I'm getting myself confused, Power Ignite. So that workout is going to be more of just a full body workout. And then on Saturdays is when you're going to be doing your every minute on the minute. So for that one, she's going to give you an amount of time, like it's like 40 seconds or something. And she's going to say, you've got to do 15 reps in this little window. So the quicker you do it, then the sooner you get to be done. So I love that every single day is different. And it kind of helps you mix it up and not feel bored. And then by the time you get to the next Saturday, you're like, oh, it's been a week since I've done that, which is really awesome. So that's one of the things that I love about this program, is just how every day is different. You are going to be doing, for those of you who are probably wondering, as far as weights go, I kind of went between 8-pound weights and probably like 15-pound weights. There was a few times that I did do 20s. But I would probably say, with the 8-pound weights, I mainly use those on upper body with like flies and things like that are a little more difficult to do. But most of the time I didn't go above 15. So pretty much like 8s, 10s, 12s, and 15s would be ideal. But I know that's not everybody has those weights. But if you do have a good array of weights, then that's kind of what I went with. When I did this program in the test group, we were actually like, we would wake up that morning and the workout would be posted, and it was literally her in her living room. So because all of this was filmed during quarantine, like this is like March, April that she was filming it, she, you know, she had to do all of it from her living room, and she literally filmed herself, which is pretty impressive because the whole program is to music. So every single rep is to the beat. If you've ever done Les Mills Body Pump or Les Mills Body Attack or any of those programs, I was a Les Mills junkie before Beachbody. All of those programs are to the music. So it's very similar in that sense of like the music's kind of prompting you, which I love. You know, there's a lot of programs where I kind of turn down the trainer and play my own music. I a lot of times have playlists that I play. But with this, and even with the sample workout you guys hopefully saw, like, I loved the music. I loved hearing her. I love how it's similar to, like, I don't know if anybody else got Peloton vibes from the way the sample workout was. I know Jessica is a big Pelotoner on here, but like, I like how they like kind of brought one person up. Like, it was almost similar in that sense of like when you're riding, I know that you can't necessarily see the people all the time, but they bring them up and they kind of like say, oh, this is so-and-so. It's kind of similar to that, which I liked. I like that the modifier, you can kind of pause it on them. So that way, if you do have someone who's doing the program, they can only follow the modifier. So that's kind of details on the program. Hopefully you guys already have a lot of information about that. So hopefully none of that is anything new. So let's talk about my Muscle Burns Fat testimony. So because my computer like completely closed earlier, hopefully I can pull it up. I was going to show you guys my transformation photo just in case there's people on here who maybe didn't see it. So this one here that I'm going to show you, the first one, is from round 1 of Muscle Burns, or I'm sorry, Muscle Burns Fat. So we had to take measurements and everything each time that we completed like Muscle Burns Fat. So the first 3 weeks, and then we took photos again. So this was from the first 3 weeks. So Muscle Burns Fat. And I don't have the exact measurements in front of me for just Muscle Burns Fat, but I believe for Muscle Burns Fat, it was, I think it was 4 pounds. So I will say, just a little tidbit. So I was adding an extra 500 calories for the Ultimate Portion Fix, because obviously I was exclusively breastfeeding through this whole thing. So I was adding an extra 500 calories. And then I, you know, obviously was just sticking to the program. So I was really strict about Ultimate Portion Fix. And before doing this, I was loosely tracking it, but I wasn't very strict on the weekends. So with this, I had signed the contract with Beachbody and I went all in. I was like, I'm doing this thing and I'm doing it right. So I really went all in on this. And like I said, I think I lost about 4 pounds here in this photo. So that is week 1, week 3, and then week 4. Okay. So, and let me pull up and show you guys my transformation from the overall program. I thought I had it here easily accessible, and of course, now I'm having trouble finding it. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can pull it up here for you guys. All right, let me share my screen. Oh, this is going to pull up for you. Okay, I've got him right here. Why is it not working? Sorry, guys. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. Let me share my screen with you. So, okay. Okay, so this was an overall transformation photo from the program. So you guys can kind of see here. Like I said, I did not change anything else other than just Ultimate Portion Fix in this program. And I'm going to show you guys a side photo as well here as it's coming in. Let's see if I can stop share, and then I'll share this one with you guys. Okay, so this is a side view. So you can get a good idea. And like I said, here I was 7 months postpartum, and then here about 9 months postpartum. So those are my results. I lost 8 pounds, and well, I can just pull it up here for you guys. I lost 8 pounds and 5 inches. So mostly in my stomach. 4 of the inches were in my stomach. But yeah, so that's my transformation. This program was incredible. Like, I am so excited for you guys to experience it. I loved it. Like I said, every day was different. My husband loved it. My husband is not like a Beachbody robot. I mean, that sounds weird to say, but like, he likes Beachbody programs, but there's not a lot of programs that he really loves to do because he's always trying to build muscle and he's always trying to gain weight. Like, we literally have the opposite problem. He's always trying to gain weight. So it was really, really great to find a program that we both really loved. He really loved Megan. He responded well to her. He thought she was an incredible trainer. So he got incredible results as well. Okay. So now let's dive into how to rock this launch. So I'm going to give you guys 4 tips on how you should rock this launch. Launches are huge for your business. And if you are not taking this Muscle Burns Fat launch seriously, you need to be. Now, I am not going to tell you that you need to get behind every single program that Beachbody ever creates and every single product. Because I want for you to get behind the products and the programs that you believe in. But I think this program is incredible for women. Especially, I mean, a part of my testimony was that I was coming off of obviously having a baby 7 months before. I had lost so much muscle tone. But I think that a lot of women are scared of weights. Like, they're scared of building muscle. But that's what's going to help them actually burn fat instead of just lose weight, which is going to, not just being fat. So number 1, you need to get organized. You need to have 3 things created literally tonight before you go to bed, if you can, or first thing tomorrow. Number 1, you need to have an interest form. You just need to have a simple Google form that says name, email address. Literally, that's it. You should not, like, if you're doing this, literally go delete it after this. You should not have the sample workout in your bio of your Instagram or in your link tree. Here's why. You're literally saying to people, go try the workout, but then you have no idea who went and tried it. So how do you plan to follow up with them, right? What you need to do is, if you have someone who says, hey, I'm interested in that program, Kelly, or I'm interested in that program, Jessica, that you've been posting about. Can I try the sample workout? You need to say, yes, absolutely. Here's a Google form. Will you fill this out for me? And I will shoot you over an email this evening. Then you're going to email them the sample workout, because now you have all of those email addresses. Maybe it's only 5 or 10 or whatever, but like, you got to start somewhere. You have those people to then send them an email and say, hey girl, I just wanted to check in and see how you liked the sample workout. If you don't know they did it, then you can't follow up. And the power in this business is in the follow up. Like, that is where you're going to be able to get people in, get them in your group. So number 1, you need to make an interest form. Again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Google Forms, type forms, all of those are amazing. Jot forms, any of those. Just have something where you're collecting their name and their email. Second thing, send them the sample workout. So make sure that you're reaching out to people. I know that everyone hates inviting, okay? I think that's the number 1 thing. Every time I get on a call with a new coach, they're like, well, I just really don't like inviting. Guess what, girl? Neither do I, and I'm 7 years into the business. That is literally everyone's biggest fear, no matter who it is. Nobody wants to invite people. Nobody wants to reach out to people. But guess what? You have something free to offer them. You're not necessarily saying, hey, do you want to jump in my test group and do this program? And they have no idea what it is. You're literally just reaching out to them and saying, hey, Carrie, I was doing my workout today and I was thinking about you, and I thought maybe you would love this program and want to give it a try. I have this sample workout. I thought I'd send it over. Let me know what you think. Or maybe it's somebody random and you reach out to them and say, hey girl, I'm looking for a few people to try out this program with me. I thought maybe you'd like to try it. The sample workout, here you go. You're literally offering them something free. So like, you're literally giving them something. So there's nothing to be afraid of, because you're literally giving them something for free. And you're just asking them if you can get their thoughts on the program. So utilize the sample workout. Beachbody makes that for us for a reason. Third thing, you need to have an order form. When somebody expresses interest, you need to have something to send them where they can fill in what they want. Because guess what? You wake up the next morning on launch day. So say that it's, tomorrow, you wake up and you create a share cart and you go to your Google form and you look and see who all, filled it out and what they wanted. And all of a sudden you've got all this pool of people that you can go ahead and send them over, their share cart and get them all set up. So 3 things that you need: an interest form, the sample workout, and an order form. Make sure you have those things. Make sure you get organized. If you have people who are inquiring about the sample workout or the program, send them to your interest form and make sure you're collecting their information. The second thing you need to do is get results. Tomorrow, this program launches for coaches. You should wake up tomorrow morning, and as soon as that thing hits the website, you should be buying it and you should be starting it tomorrow. I don't care if you're in the middle of a program. I don't care if you're in the middle of 80-day obsession or T25 or whatever. You push that to the side and you start tomorrow. You take your before photos. You be the challenger that you want to have under you. You be the coach that you want to have under you, okay? Get results. We have 3 weeks. What other program can we literally do from start to finish before it even launches for our customers? You guys have 3 weeks to do this program to get incredible results. Your results are the best marketing tool that you have. We can sit here and say all day, oh, we serve people in health and fitness. Oh, we do this, we do that. But the results that we get are what speaks louder. Get results for your coaches. Get them plugged into this program. They should be signing up tomorrow too, and they should be taking their before photos, or your VIP customers or your discount coaches. Get them set up. Have a little message thread going with just your girls who are doing muscle burns fat. Set up a little challenge group for them. Like, get people results and get results yourself. Because like I said, you are your best marketing tool. So you've got 3 weeks. Tomorrow, you're going to start on, today I did the sample workout. Tomorrow I'm going to start with day 2, technically. But I'll have almost the full 3 weeks to get amazing results again. And then I can show them off. And then it's not, it's almost like a little VIP test group just for you and your coaches. So get results. Talk about how MBF is a solution to your problems. Okay. So this is kind of the second thing with getting results. Instead of hopping on Instagram stories and talking about all the things they're going to get in the challenge pack, I mean, you can do that. That's added bonus. But instead, I want you to sit down and I want you to write out the problems that you have that MBF was a solution for, okay? So, maybe it's literally that, like, you just, I don't know, like, I don't want to say you don't like some of the trainers, but like maybe it is that you love Megan and she's super authentic and she's super real, and you love that she doesn't downgrade you in the workouts and that she speaks positive but pushes you at the same time. I don't know, maybe for you that's like a positive thing from the program and that's like a solution. Or maybe you needed something like Muscle Burns Fat to help you build some muscle so that way you could get kind of, get rid of some of that body fat, rev your metabolism back up. Maybe you needed something like the Ultimate Portion Fix to go along with, MBF, because you needed to get some boundaries in your life, because boundaries are not bad, or maybe you needed to be mindset because you need to be freed up from some food restriction that was going on in your life. I don't know what it is for you, but whatever it is, figure it out. Okay. Like, how is it a solution? And I want you to talk about how it's a solution. Because chances are there is a woman, a mom, whoever, sitting out there listening to you. Guys, right now, almost every single person is a hot market for us, right? Because most people are not wanting to go to the gym right now. Even if they live in a town like mine where the gyms are all open, if they're a mom, they're not taking their kid to childcare. I don't even think the childcare is open. But like, how realistic is it for them to try to get to the gym right now? Not very realistic. So every single person is an opportunity for you. Maybe that's what you talk about. Maybe you talk about how you're really excited about Muscle Burns Fat because it's a quick 30-minute workout that you can do from home during this quarantine. And it's literally your sanity. Like, it gives you the energy you need. It gives you the focus you need to kind of balance all the things with your kids or whatever. So present it as a solution. Talk about that, how it is helping you with a problem that you've had. And even think about too, like, who's your target person? Who is your avatar, so to speak? What are some problems that they might have? For me, one of the things that I've loved about Muscle Burns Fat is I'm much like bigger on the lower bottom of my body than I am on the upper part. And so for me, like kind of leaning out my thighs and my legs, like it's hard for me to find a program that is focused on that enough in order for me to actually lean that out. So maybe that's something you talk about. I don't know what it is, but look at it at the solution, and how muscle burns fat is a solution to a problem. Okay. I think that's everything around get results. So number 3 that I wanted to talk about is packages for coaches. So if you, hopefully your upline has shown you the different packages that are available for coaches. But there's some incredible savings around some of these packages. And so I want you guys to make sure that you know the value, and that you believe in the value. This is really, really important if you're going to really rock this launch. You need to know how people are going to save money from purchasing a completion pack or a challenge pack. So I'm going to share my screen here with you guys again. Of course, now my computer is being funky again, so hopefully it'll load for me. Let's see here. And if you haven't seen these and you want to reach out to me afterwards, because maybe you want to get your hands on them or whatever, like, feel free. These are, I think these were in the Boss Babes group. So if you are not a part of that group, there's lots of good free graphics that you can snag from people. Okay, so, all right, so this is going to be your current coaches and VIP customers. So just to give you guys a little bit of idea of how much people are going to be saving if they go with a completion pack as opposed to, you know, buying things separately. So you guys can see here, if someone went and bought both nutrition programs, that would be $111. They're getting Ultimate Portion Fix and 2B Mindset with every single challenge pack and completion pack. That is like crazy. Like, I don't think people understand how good of a value that is. You're also going to get all of the Muscle Burns Fat and Muscle Burns Fat Advanced early access. That alone would be $52. So you're going to get the bod ropes with that. You're going to get like the calendar and all that good stuff. Again, crazy. And then on top of that, you're going to get a 30-day supply of Shakeology, which with your coach discount would be $99.50. If that was for just like a challenger, that would be like $129. So this is obviously comparing it to coach prices that we would be paying. So my recommendation to my coaches is cancel this month's Shakeology, cancel this month's performance line, and get rid of that home direct order, and then go in and buy a completion pack tomorrow, because you are literally saving so much. Even if you took the $111 off there, I mean, you're still saving like $20. Even if you didn't need the Ultimate Portion Fix and you didn't need the 2B Mindset, you're still saving money by just purchasing this as opposed to purchasing them separately. So make sure that you are talking to your coaches, to your VIP customers. Make sure they have an email in their inbox about tomorrow, tonight if possible, or, you know, in the morning, letting them know that they have the opportunity to tomorrow sign up as a coach if they want, get that discount, and also get 25% off of any of their other products. This is huge, y'all. Like, that's my 7th thing is signing up coaches. Use these launches to think about people you know who might be interested in starting their own fitness business. Now is the time. I mean, I wish that every coach could start around a launch, because there's so much energy. There's something brand new for them to be talking about. It's not like you're trying to sell something that someone's gotten a ton of messages and, you know, heard about a million times. You're talking about a brand new program. And the fact that, I mean, it's an incredible value. Like, I hope you guys hear that from me. This is an incredible value to be able to offer them Ultimate Portion Fix and 2B Mindset on top of an already amazing challenge pack for still $160. Like, that's crazy. That is it's such a good price. And so be confident in that. When you're jumping on Instagram stories, like, don't question that. Be confident in that. And use this to sign up coaches. Think about those people that you've talked to before who thought about coaching. Reach back out to them and be like, this is literally the perfect time to sign up as a coach, because you can build your business and launch your business around this huge, massive program that's coming out. Get them signed up tomorrow. What did I say earlier? You are your best marketing tool. Guess what? If that brand new coach signs up tomorrow and they start Muscle Burns Fat with you, at the end of the 3 weeks, they already have a transformation to be sharing. And then guess what? After that, they're going to hop into Muscle Burns Fat Advanced, and you're going to get another transformation. And that's another one to be sharing. Like, we don't have many other programs where people can do that besides 21 Day Fix. And so utilize this. Think about hey, what kind of coach mentorship can I do around this brand new program? That's what I've been talking about. That's what I'm trying to get people to sign up for, is coaching's kind of my focus right now. And then I'll transition over to my challengers come closer to July 27th. But how can I help women really launch their business during this time? Okay. Last thing, if you are looking for tools and you're like, okay, awesome. Maybe you don't have a super active upline, which I think everyone in here should. But let's say that you don't have a ton of tools and you're looking for resources. Mompreneur is an amazing place to start. It is expensive, but she has a huge bundle of things that you can buy every single week. They come out with new Instagram stories, and they literally have everything down to the email for you to send to people. I mean, it's amazing. It is such a relief and so awesome. It is expensive, but I have found that I've always made my money back tenfold whenever I purchase that. It's called Mompreneur. I have, and Carrie, I have created a similar stuff for our team. So you can check out the Fit for His Glory Sisters Google Drive for that. And then obviously the Beachbody website. So underneath of challenge packs, challenge group tools, they always have, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's challenge group like prompts in there around specific programs, but then multi-programs as well. So usually, probably by this point, I haven't actually checked to see if it's launched on there yet, but they will build out an entire challenge group guide around muscle burns fat. So they'll have the images and the posts that you can do and everything, and it makes it super duper easy. You may want to take that as a starting point, and then maybe you decide that if you're wanting your group to be a little more faith and fitness focused, you could add in devotionals, or you could kind of combine it with an incredible devotional book or something like that. One thing I did last year around Own Your Morning, Morning Meltdown 100, I called it Own Your Morning Grace Camp, and we did it with the 100 Days to Brave devotional book. And so the first 20 people that signed up for the challenge group and bought a challenge pack or a completion pack, I sent them a copy of that. Yeah, sure, it was a $10 investment, but in the grand scheme, I was making $40 off of every challenge pack. So to me, that was worth it. And plus, I wanted them to have that to kind of get started with. And it was just a really cool thing for them to get that gift in the mail. So maybe think about some things that you can do like that to kind of promote and get some ladies plugged in. And then obviously too, like Etsy, if you guys don't know, there is a lot of resources on there typically. If you go there and type in Beachbody, you can find a good amount of resources and graphics and things like that that you can buy for launches like this. And then last thing is Boss Babes Facebook group. It's kind of just a Facebook group that a lot of coaches are in, and they just share resources. So they'll just be like, hey, here's this that I have, and oh, here's this graphic. And it's really resourceful and really, really helpful. So plug into those tools, see what other people have already made. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. I think sometimes we think we need to, and for a long time I try to do that. The first 3 years in the business, I tried to reinvent the wheel on everything, and then I realized, like, why am I reinventing? And I ran out of time because I had a kid. So, but I was like, why am I reinventing the wheel? Like, there's lots of amazing women out there who've already done things similar to what I've done. I don't have to be the first person to do it like this, and so reach out to women. Share resources, because there are so many amazing things already out there. Okay, guys, it's 8:43. I only went 3 minutes over, so I feel like that's a win. So I would love to take questions from you guys. You can either unmute yourself or drop it in the chat box. And let's see. Okay, Jessica asked, what time tomorrow will we be able to purchase? This has been up in the air. So I heard it's going to be like 10 a.m. Pacific time zone. Someone said MBF is live now. That's amazing. I'm going to go on right now and purchase it after this. And thank you, Jennifer. That's huge. Yes. I've been stressing about that, so I'm so glad to know that, because I was like, how am I going to get my 5 a.m. workout done if this is not live? Yes. I think we're all thinking the same thing. Like, this is going to be so annoying if I have to wait. Oh, perfect. Amazing. That just made my night. Any questions? What is the new client package price? $160. Is that, yeah, $160 for the challenge pack. And that will get them the program Digital Unlock, a year of Beachbody on Demand, the bod ropes, and then Ultimate Portion Fix. And yeah, and Kelly said if you're a new coach, you get that $10 off coupon too. Yes, which is amazing. Okay. Now, don't everybody hop off because I got to take a picture with you guys really quick because I think this is like the most people I've ever had on my team call or on a team call. So I can't let you guys hop off just yet. Okay, if that's all the questions, anybody else? Okay, I'm going to take a quick photo of all your beautiful faces really quick. I think we have multiple pages on here, so we may have to, let's see here. May have to scroll real quick. So everybody smile. Sorry, I'm that person, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. All right, everyone smile, and I am going to get a photo. It's actually going to be a video. Oh, hang on. Okay. Yay! Awesome. I love it. Okay, I'll send that to Lindsay and Heather and whoever else. Okay, let me make sure. I think there was one more question that someone had. Okay, this may be dumb. Let's do MDF. No, Mary, that is a great question. And I love that you asked that. I think some coaches would tell you, like, get them signed up, do XYZ. But honestly, like last month, I had a Success Club goal and I didn't hit it. And I was kind of okay with it because it got towards the end of the month. And I was like, I'm not going to sign girls up. I'm not going to push this last few days just to get like a few extra Success Club points when I know that's not the best thing for them. So, you know, I hit Success Club 17 and was just like, you know, I'm good. I'm going to wait and get these girls signed up for Muscle Burns Fat because I know that's where my energy is going to be. And I didn't want them to have to spend the money, you know, to unlock it when it's literally just like 2 weeks away. So I would say hold off and get them signed up, you know, whenever it launches on the 27th, but create that order form so you can go ahead and send it to them. And that way on the morning that it goes live, you can literally sit down and plug in and just copy and paste and send those share carts out and get them going ASAP. Because you want to have a good amount of people already in your pool where they can't, if they fill out the order form, they kind of feel like they're already committed and they don't feel like they can back out. So I think that really helps. If you can go ahead and send it to them now, and then that way they can, you know, go ahead and start getting some interest around it. And if you need an example of an order form, reach out to me and I can send you a link. Awesome. Was there another question? Will delaying home direct Shakeology affect any active coach statuses? Okay, I think Courtney already answered it. Yeah, it'll just re-put you, when you purchase a challenge pack, it puts you on home direct. So it's just basically going to re-sign you up. So you're kind of canceling the old one and getting a new one. Okay, Kelly said she doesn't see MBF on the website yet. Maybe it's when you go into the share cart, maybe. Kelly, I'll text you offline and we'll figure it out. Okay, she said it was on a share cart check coach. So maybe that's why. Cool. All right, well, oh, okay. All right, well, as long as there's not any other questions, I'm going to pray for you guys really quick, and then we will wrap up tonight's call. And I just want to thank you guys for being on. Heavenly Father, God, thank you so much for all of these incredible women, God. It just gets me so excited to see their faces and just see and hear a little bit about where they're from and how long they've been in the business. And God, I'm just so thankful for them. I'm thankful that they put their yes on the table, even though it was probably scary. It's probably nerve-wracking sometimes to share their journey. But God, we know that when we take those steps of faith, God, you give us the strength we need and the creativity we need and the time management we need and all the things, Lord, when we just surrender. And so, God, I just pray over these women. I don't know where they are in the business. I don't know what they went through today. I don't know if today was overwhelming, and I don't know what they're walking through right now. But God, I just pray that you would give them the strength they need to take the next step. And God, that you would just give them the people and the eyes to see, Lord. I pray that they would, that this week you would just multiply their efforts and multiply their results, God. I pray that that would just be the prayer that they lay out every single morning before you, Jesus, that they would just let go of this business and quit trying to hold on and think they can do it all by themselves, because God, we know we can't. And so, God, I pray that you would just continue to keep our eyes on serving people, continue to keep our eyes on bringing you glory, Lord, that it wouldn't turn into, our show, God, but it would really be about making you known and making you famous. And God, I just pray over these women. Just give them fresh eyes this week as they scroll Instagram and they reach out to old friends and they think about this launch, and they're brainstorming, and Lord, they're doing these brain dumps and thinking about who can they help. Would you just bring the people to mind that are ready to hear about this program, that are ready to say yes? Lord, would you encourage these women's hearts if they've gotten a lot of no's this month and they're just at a place where they want to throw in the towel? God, would you just encourage them and help them to push through, Lord? God, we know that when we work hard and we show up, sometimes the harvest doesn't come as quickly as we want it to, but God, we know that you're in control and you hold the future. And so I pray that we would just trust you in that, God. Lord, we love you so much. Thank you so much for this incredible call. Thank you for these women. And it's in your precious and holy name we pray. Amen. Thank you guys for being on. You're awesome. Have a good night. And hey, I hope that this program launch is amazing for all of you, and that God just blesses y'all's business. So y'all have a great night. Thank you.